Man, y'all know them days when you wake up, you're just like, fuck, man, what am I doing? Why am I doing this job? I don't want to go to work. I'm tired. Burnout. That's what we're talking about today. I felt it this past week, man, coming off 2 60-hour weeks back to back. Which we all joke, man, but 60 hours, that's a good bit of work. As I've said before, I'm an equipment mechanic, so 60 hours is me turning wrenches for 60 hours. I'm not flat rated, it's hourly. Have I worked jobs that work more hours? Oh boy, have I. Working as an engineer on ships, man, I stood 13-hour watches every day, 7 days a week, for 6 to 8 weeks on end. So I know a thing or two about working long weeks. But I will say, standing 13-hour watch and turning wrenches for 17 hours is two very different jobs, especially when you're outside the entire time. Working as an engineer, there are plenty of times I was indoors in the AC just doing paperwork, making my daily rounds. Nothing was really wrong. This job here, as with every mechanic job, when you're working, it's because something is actively fucked, and it's your job to unfuck it. And burnout's a real thing we experience as technicians, man, as mechanics. We're called to do a task every day that I would say 70% or better of the population refuses to do. Be it working on cars, planes, boats, trains, or equipment. We're called to fix shit when other people don't want to or can't. The buck stops at us. And we wear a lot of hats, man. Some good old Natty Ice. 5.9. Good beer. Good solid beer for hot summer days. Mowing the grass, hanging out at the pool. Whatever. How do we fight burnout? How do we combat that feeling of fuck this job, fuck, not just my place of employment, but fuck my job as a whole, How do we fight that? For me, first and foremost, my wife bought me this shirt for Father's Day this past year. I guess I gotta show you the shirt, huh? It reminds me, I don't know if y'all can make that out, but it says fatherhood. Something about dad's coming home with the milk, baby. And that's first and foremost for me. I think about that woman, I think about my children, my 5 sons, and a good bit of my drive is knowing my father's drive, watching him hustle and do right and get the job done and fix shit when I thought I couldn't fix it. I'd call my dad, he'd swoop in every time and fix it. And I'm that guy now, so I don't have the option or the luxury of saying, son, can't do it. No. So that right there, when I get down on those early morning drives to a customer or whatever, that's the first thing that I grab, man. My kids and my wife and my dad's example. And I know not all of you guys are fathers. I know not all of you guys knew your own fathers. So what else can we grab for? We can grab for what made us get into the trade. That autistic desire to understand how everything works and be able to take it apart, figure out how it works and put it back together and make it work as good or better than when we took it apart. That's exciting to most of us, but after a while it does become tedious and tiresome, and sometimes we come across shit we don't understand or we can't figure out, and it gets very frustrating. But we have to remember this. My thought process also is, if another man took it apart and another man built it, why can't I? Am I saying that man's better than me? Fuck no. Never. Never. You might be bigger, stronger, faster, skinnier, better looking, but I still will whoop your ass. That being said, you might beat me in a fair fight, but I'll beat you in a dirty one. I'm just kidding, man. But no, I'm not intimidated by other people, and I know some people are, but you know, for me, that also drives me. The thought that I can't give up, that's not in the cards. That's not who I am. And I think the final drive, man, is finding a way to enjoy it again. Making it into a game. I say all the time, when I get asked what's my most important tool at work, my most important tool, fuck, dude, I'll tell you what. I've got damn near 2 of every ratchet I own 2 of them, right? Well, I mean, if we want to get technical, I own, probably 8 3/8 drive ratchets that I keep on hand. I've got multiple in the shop. But as far as a good tool I find that I really like and don't want to go without, I'll buy 2 of them. And I'll tell you something very interesting inside this van that I have. I have the 2 snap-on speakers. You can see one right there. I have both of those. They pair together. They play music together, but they can work independently. I have a Craftsman Versus Stack speaker that I have on a side box that I set up as supplemental tool storage because this is simply not enough. It's on a Craftsman trade stack set up with an adapter to run that Versus Stack thing. I also have my work phone, my personal phone, which can play music. I have 4 sets of earbuds in this van right now. I have one in my gym shorts right here, pack that I never leave without, Marshalls. I have some Sony Link Buds Open sitting right up there charging right now. Those were my daily drivers. I still use them all the time. I have a set of DeWalt's up front that sit on my center console for if somebody calls me, I can whip them out real quick. And I have a set of Milwaukee job site USB red lithiums in the electrical portion of that side box, that aforementioned Craftsman box, that sit there that have passive noise cancellation for when I'm on a job site that requires hearing protection. Music takes my mind off the task at hand and gives me kind of a release. You know what I mean? All of my day in and day out customers, or my regular customers, I guess I don't really have any day in and day out customers, but all my regular customers, they know Gary's out here blasting music. Don't go fuck with him. He's figuring something up, or he's deep in the weeds. If it's a quick swing in, swing out thing, I don't typically set my music up, but if I know I'm going to be there longer than about 15 minutes, I got tunes playing. I turn my job into a good, a good time. You shop techs know, you guys are in the same spot all day, every day. As soon as you show up, you cut your radios on, you play your music, you have a good time. Us field guys, though, man, it's a little different for us because it's a process just pulling up to work on something. We got to fish tools out, fish diag equipment out of storage shelves and drawers. And, I was asked to move into one of our service trucks, and I refused because this van, the way I have it set up, everything's protected from the elements 100%. I can work in the rain and not have to worry about my tools getting wet. I've got a workbench here. I've got a vise. I've got all kind of shit in here. I've got my own little welder. I can open the doors up and do me some quick little welds in here, get all this fucking flammable shit out right fast, and I'm protected from the elements. I'm not standing in the sun. I've got it rigged up where I can blow cold AC from the cab back here, man. But as I said, find a way to make the job enjoyable. Tunes. Cut on the music. Get blasted whenever you listen to, man. There's some days I'm sitting there blasting like Pink Pony Club, and there's other days where I'm, blasting Nutshell, or I'm blasting some of that Cigarettes at Sunset, the Possum Rock, Appalachian Possum Rock. I listen to a lot of Whiskey Myers, some old Pawpaw tunes, fucking whatever, man. Most of the time it's shit that you want to drink to. but I don't know. It just takes hold of my soul, and that's what you got to do. So, you know, the 3 ways we got to fight burnout, man. You got to find something that you fight for every day, or an example that was set for you every day. You got to find the motivation that got you into this job, into this field. Nobody just comes into this field unless you're a fucking clown, okay? Because we all know we're underpaid, overworked, and underappreciated. So, I mean, it is what it is. And then you got to find a way to make it fun again. If that's me fucking twerking while I'm turning a torque wrench, I just unlocked the, what is it, you know, third eye's open, baby. But anyhow, we all go through burnout, man. It's normal. It's absolutely normal. Now, if you go through a cycle of burnout and you just can't kick it, there's nothing wrong with leaving the industry, okay? There are days where I wake up and I go, damn, do I want to keep doing this? But by the end of the day, normally, I want to keep doing this because it's fun. I'm back. Like I said, you know, I overheated the camera, so it fucked me up a little bit. That's the first for this one. But you know, if there's days where you can't kick it, it's okay to leave the industry, dude. We're versatile people. Go find you a new trade. There's plenty that'll take us in a heartbeat. They know we're okay with getting dirty, nasty, getting fucked up. It's fine. But anyhow, I'll just end on that note. Keep pushing until you can't push no more. That's what we do every day. And today's no different, even if you're experiencing burnout. And if you can't push anymore, guys, get out of it, man. Get out of it. It's not worth your health, your life, your whatever. It's not worth it, you know. But for those of us who actually deeply enjoy it, man, on those days where we just can't stand it, then you know, find why you started it. Find your reason for continuing it. Find your motivation. Play some tunes. Have a good day. You know what I mean? But anyhow, y'all stay easy. Y'all stay cool. Keep turning wrenches if you're up for it. If not, fuck them. Fuck them.